Welcome to A Scottish Ghost Story, A Day, Series 1, Castle Ghosts, brought to you by bagtownclans.com, the podcast that delves into Scotland's most captivating and chilling tales. I'm your host, Derek McDonald. Today, we journey to the enigmatic shores of Loch Ness, where a majestic estate stands tall amidst the mist, Aldourie Castle. This centuries-old stronghold, set against the backdrop of one of Scotland's most famous lochs, has a storied past and a haunting mystery that has lingered through the ages. Dare you uncover the spectral secrets of the Lady in Grey, who still roams its halls? Aldourie Castle, a stunning example of 17th century baronial architecture, sits on the southern banks of Loch Ness, just 2 miles north of the village of Doris. With its towering turrets, oriel windows, and steeply pedimented dormers, it casts an imposing silhouette against the dark waters of the loch. Its history spans centuries, undergoing multiple expansions and restorations, most notably in the 1860s by William Fraser Tytler, and again in recent years. But as beautiful as the castle is by day, by night it tells a different story, a tale of a sorrowful specter known as the Grey Lady. Who was she? What binds her spirit to this grand estate? To uncover this haunting legend, we must delve into the shadows of Aldourie Castle's past. In the dim halls of Aldourie Castle, whispers of the Grey Lady have echoed for generations. Her identity remains shrouded in mystery, with few clues about her origins. Some say she was a noblewoman, perhaps one of the Tytler family who owned the castle for generations. Others suggest she might have been a devoted servant, or even a lady who met a tragic fate. But whoever she was, her ghostly presence is undeniable. The Grey Lady is said to glide silently through the castle, her figure faint and ethereal, always dressed in a flowing grey gown. Many visitors have reported seeing her near the castle windows, gazing out over the brooding waters of Loch Ness. Some believe she's searching for a lost lover, someone who never returned from the loch's depths. Others think she is tied to a personal tragedy within the castle itself, her grief so profound that her spirit could not move on. The few who have encountered her speak of the profound sadness that accompanies her appearances. She is not a malevolent spirit, but one filled with sorrow and longing. Her spectral form is often described as faint but unmistakable, a shadowy figure that moves through the rooms and corridors without a sound, leaving an icy chill in her wake. While sightings of the Grey Lady are rare, those who have seen her recall the overwhelming feeling of melancholy that hangs in the air during her visits. Guests have described waking in the middle of the night to find the air thick with an unshakable sadness, their eyes drawn to a figure standing by the window, bathed in pale moonlight, staring out toward the loch. Others have reported hearing soft footsteps in the hallways, even when they were certain they were alone. Some of the most chilling encounters have occurred in the castle's lower levels, particularly in the cellars. These dark, stone-walled chambers were once used for storage, but now serve as a focal point for paranormal activity. Cold gusts of air, doors that creak open on their own, and the sensation of being watched have all been reported. The Grey Lady's sorrow seems to seep into these ancient walls, her presence felt but rarely seen. But it is not only within the castle that she lingers. Outside, on misty nights, the grounds of Aldourie Castle become her domain. Local residents and travellers passing by the estate have claimed to see a pale figure wandering the mist-laden paths that lead down to the loch. The quiet rustling of her gown in the stillness of the night and her faint outline against the moonlit landscape have left many unnerved, unsure whether they truly saw a ghost or simply the play of light and shadow. The Grey Lady's legend is rooted in the deep sense of loss that seems to permeate Aldourie Castle. Some speculate that she might have been a woman who lost a loved one to the treacherous waters of Loch Ness, her spirit forever bound to the castle as she waits for his return. Others believe that her death was a result of betrayal or tragedy within the castle's walls, a life cut short, leaving her spirit to linger, yearning for justice or closure. There are also those who believe that the Grey Lady is a symbol of the castle itself, a representation of the centuries of history, both joyous and sorrowful, that Aldourie has witnessed. From the estate's founding in the 17th century, through its many transformations and owners, to its current incarnation as a luxurious private retreat, the Grey Lady endures, a ghostly reminder that even in the midst of beauty and grandeur, the past never truly fades. Though Aldourie Castle has undergone extensive restorations and modern updates, the presence of the Grey Lady remains an inescapable part of its lore. The current owners and staff, while embracing the castle's historical significance, are no strangers to its paranormal reputation. Guests who come to the castle today may be drawn by its luxurious accommodations and stunning surroundings, but many leave with stories of strange encounters they cannot explain. Even as Aldourie Castle continues to thrive in the modern era, it is impossible to separate the estate from its haunting past. The Grey Lady's story, though fragmented and elusive, is an indelible part of the castle's identity, and as long as the castle stands, so too will her ghost, drifting silently through the halls, bound to the estate by a grief that transcends time. Thank you for joining me today on A Scottish Ghost Story a Day. Aldourie Castle is a place where history and the supernatural intertwine, and the tale of the Grey Lady will surely linger in the minds of all who hear it. If you ever find yourself on the shores of Loch Ness, perhaps even staying at Aldourie Castle, keep your eyes open. You may just catch a glimpse of the lady in grey, still searching, still waiting. Until next time, I'm Derek McDonald. Stay curious and stay safe. Stay